Welcome to the Dynasty Hot Sauce Podcast. I'm Larry Monkey, and if you want to find me on the internet at FF Larry Monkey. Today we're back with the salmon shirt laying on the couch. There's like a gigantic roll of toilet paper behind him or something. What the heck is going on there? At Run DFF, Justin Rogers, what's up, baby?
I got the roll in case the hot sauce hits hard. You know what I mean? No, it's a lampshade. This is like my overflow shelf that I have not organized and decorated yet.
I'm outnumbered tonight, man.
It's a Mississippi takeover, baby.
The South is rising. We haven't had a guest on in a while, so this is exciting, man. It is rookie season. I want to know about this class. At _ Devy Scout, Andrew Woodruff. Welcome to the show.
Man, going good. Just getting the little one down and just enjoying being off from work for the evening.
You are in Mississippi. Justin is in Mississippi. Have we done a map quest yet here to see the actual
We're probably like 10 or 15 minutes apart.
I know I can get there in under 25 for sure. We don't have traffic.
I can get all the way to Jackson in 25 from my place. So
most definitely. So small world tonight.
So when Justin has no power and he's like on a cell phone, could he just go over to your house and connect to your Wi-Fi, or are you gonna be out of power too?
You know, I don't know. Maybe if he trades me some rookie picks later on, maybe
I don't like
work it out.
You better ease up. It ain't playoff time right now. You're not getting my picks. Those things are locked in.
Tell us about yourself, man. You know, I see some campus to Canton stuff. Devy Scout in the handle. So what you got for us?
Yeah. So about to say I started playing fantasy. Feels like everybody else on ESPN back as a kid. Carried over to college, was having a good time, but just I don't know. I kept finding Dynasty like with the randoms I was playing with. They were just more casual, and I got way too competitive for that level. And so I had a friend toward the end of college like, hey, if it's so easy, why don't you just start doing this Devy stuff? Like apparently that's like way more challenging. So dove full in, teacher at heart, math teacher, and a football coach up until I had the little one. So like it just kind of merged the two worlds together. I was like, okay, I can do a lot of this data analysis and I can kind of determine, let's look at this kid coming out of high school. What's his chances of actually going pro, regardless of recruiting rankings? Yeah, I'm now like 2,700 players deep into a database doing this for years at this point.
Oh man, he's wearing the trench coat at the high school game.
Peeking through the fences, like staying on the bleachers, trying to catch some inside information.
Yeah, nice. He's in the student section.
Yeah, I'm trying to say what these senior players are possibly doing. I know there's a couple in our area even that I might be looking at for some campus to Canton because Devy, it was more fun, but like, hey, I want to take some of these real deep shots. So let me go ahead and just join this college fantasy landscape. Let's see what this is. Now I can draft this freshman coming in this year, and hopefully 3 to 4 years, maybe 5 nowadays with the way NIL is, maybe he'll go to my NFL roster one day.
Yeah.
How many leagues are you in, and how many of them are campus to Canton or Devy?
Let's see. So I've got 2 at this point, still regular Dynasty leagues.
Sure.
I've got 2 Devy leagues, and then I've got 8 campus to Canton leagues at this point.
Okay. So you've gone all in on the college kids.
Nice.
All in. I want to go ahead and make that first bet. I want to be the first guy on some of these names. Drew Mestermaker, for example, last year he went off. Just some of the others. I want to be the first that talks about them.
You know, it's funny when you start dropping some names there. I instantly grab my pen and make sure my notebook is handy. I'd like to get into just this rookie class right now. But me and Justin are kind of in the dark because it doesn't seem to be that much positive info coming out. But what can you tell us right now?
Yeah, so there's a very clear top tier. It looks like Jeremiah Love seems like the only interesting running back at this point that has decent data backing him up at this point in time. The film, of course, everybody loves Jeremiah Love, watching him bulldoze through somebody or break off a big run. Along with him at the top, you got guys like Jordan Tyson, receiver, Arizona State, receiver Mekhi Lemon over at USC, and then, of course, Carnell Tate at The Ohio State University, as they like to say. After that, man, it gets dicey, right? I've already talked about 4 players, and I hadn't mentioned a quarterback yet.
Wow, not even Mendoza.
Earliest I'm going is 5 for him.
Wow. Is that a bombshell, Justin, to hear something like that? Or is that?
I mean, I'm assuming you're playing Superflex everywhere, right?
All except for one. Mississippi State buddies, they don't they're not there yet.
Yeah,
trying.
it's hard to drag them out of the sticks. I get it.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's tough. Just because I know what the value is at quarterback and Superflex, I don't think I could. It's hard to see the number one pick in the NFL being a fifth rounder in the rookie draft.
Well, hold on. Well, I'm going to cut you off there because it was easy to wait on Cam Ward. I don't have him anywhere, and I wasn't going to take him unless he fell to like the 1.7, 1.8.
See, but the thing is, he never did.
Right.
He was the 102. So I guess I don't know.
Right. I did have one league this year. I remember the Dynasty, one of the few Dynasty leagues. He was available at 105, and I did pass. So it did happen. I actually considered Jackson Dart over him, and just my process. Jackson also offered a lot more running. It just fantasy-wise, the ceiling was higher.
Yeah. So did you take Jackson Dart and betray your alma mater?
No, I wanted to.
I just wondered as well. Yeah.
I did take him in the Devy League back when he was at USC, and then when he went to Ole Miss, I was like, I'll stay committed. I'm good. I care more about the fantasy in that moment than I did the alma mater. I was like, okay, I can claim he was California kid, USC. That's fine.
You would trade the 1.6 for a 27 first random, or how would that work for you? How late would you consider a 27 first for one of your rookie if you had it
early? Yeah.
Of course, again, we can always look at our dynasty league mates if we know it's Billy Bob over there he's going to go all in, but he's yet to figure it out. And he grabs the Mike Evans, they're going to be great. They're coming back from injury. Hey, you want 106? You want 105? Come here. Hey, let's chat. If I know it's going to be one of those guys who has a bunch of the studs, I can see it on his roster. Yeah, about 106 is probably 107, kind of right there. I'll go ahead and re-roll the dice because next year's group looks a lot more promising.
Talking about Mendoza at 106. So
106, 105, yeah.
Yeah. So that means you would give up Mendoza for a 27 first?
Yeah, because if I'm banking on him for quarterback production, I'm already rebuilding. Might as well.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. We have talked about how his ceiling is capped a little bit. Just because he doesn't offer scrambling. He offers mobility in the pocket, but not the kind of point scoring legs that you need. So there's that. I mean, I think he's probably a 16 to 18 point guy, which is a fine QB2. It's nothing spectacular. I just like the security of quarterback and Superflex. It's hard because I know that one of those three receivers is going to bust. It just is going to happen.
No doubt.
And it could be two of them. Who knows? But at least one, based on just the history and statistics,
right?
It's so unlikely that all three of those bust. It's like, man, that's hard to do.
Let's hear what you got in your top 10 or your first round.
I guess we can go back and say, you said those three receivers, but did you say them in the order that you like? Tyson, Lemon, and Tate?
So I said Lemon first, then Tyson, then Tate. Tate to me, I hadn't put it out there yet because I don't feel like getting flamed. Tate to me is more of a safe receiver 2 without an alpha 1 ceiling.
Wow, which is exactly the opposite of everything else I've heard, or at least not everything, because I haven't gotten too far into this, but 2 or 3 podcasts that have been super high on him.
Yeah, like I've seen him receiver 1 for some people, and I'm just like, are you sure about that? You can blame Jeremiah Smith here, but like he just hasn't hit the numbers for me. And so like I've been mocking him around like a T. Higgins, George Pickens in the right scenario. So like there is potential, but a lot of things got to break right. You got to be in a good pass-happy offense. You probably would help to have someone who's going to pull main coverage away, like CeeDee Lamb or Jamar Chase did, like those type of scenarios. But again, like he's in the 70s percentile wise, whereas Mekhi Lemon and Tyson were both almost cracking 90% each. So drastic drop between them, but I'll leave Tate up there because again, he is a safer receiver 2.
So we're talking Love 101 across the board.
Yeah, I'd probably go Lemon, but if someone told me Tyson, I think Tyson's slightly ahead of mine, but again, you got the early breakout versus the 4th-year guy who had to stay for an ACL injury and all that.
Does the injury stuff bother you?
Not really. Like hamstring was last year. No, hamstring was this year. It typically doesn't carry over if he's been conditioning correctly. The year before that, he had a messed up shoulder I think it was like a broken clavicle or whatever right here. That's fluky. Before that was an ACL. Like none of those kind of really match.
Right.
The ACL and hamstring sort of, but those were multiple years apart. So
Yeah, I was gonna say they're separated by
not
so
for
many.
me. Put them top 3. Put them somewhere in the top 3. I won't argue with them.
Oh man, so Mendoza and then nobody.
We just got the ruling about 2 hours ago, if not even that. Trinidad Chambliss is coming back. He would have been my QB1 for fantasy. After that, I mean, do you want Ty Simpson, who started 15 games his whole career?
Right.
Do you think Chambliss, because I don't know that I know he got the injunction settled today. I think there's going to be an appeal based on the NCAA statement. Do you think that he's a first-round quarterback if he's in the draft?
So my buddy's saying like he was hearing news late round 2, round 3, but apparently he's not been communicating at all. He's made 0 attempts to even say, if I didn't get cleared today, I'll come to the combine or anything. So like that could have sent him tumbling way down the draft boards if that is true.
Well, he did bank on the judge from Ole Miss.
Yeah, he kind of had a good feeling on this case going on, of course.
Yeah. I saw a picture, and I want to know if it's true. It's in the courtroom, and it's grainy, like it's not AI, of him signing a football.
I saw that.
Please don't be true. Please don't be true. Just for the sake of our state, don't be true that you're signing the, whatever. So.
Yeah, for clarity's sake, what Justin's referring to, I think I saw it right before I jumped on with y'all. Somebody put out a tweet saying during the break he's over here signing a football for the judge. I'm like, no. I hope that's not true, but would I be surprised? No.
No, it wouldn't be surprising at all.
But y'all asked me about Boston, so let me jump to him real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I guess it really just depends on expectations. If people are hyping him up to, again, go first round, which is what I'm seeing, you're talking about a guy who has yet to crack 900 receiving yards any season of his career. His 4th-year dude barely crossed 2 yards per route run, which is, again, you want to see a much higher number. And, like, just was not just this true alpha. So, like, are you really wanting to take a low receiver 2, receiver 3 fantasy prospect in the first round of a rookie drafts? To me, like, I don't see the appeal. And we can say, he had a running quarterback this year, but year before he had Will Rogers, who I can tell you, as my former water boy in high school, he did not run. So, like, he's throwing the ball to you. So it just, again, you could say that, oh, well, he's buried behind somebody else, but what's going to happen at the NFL? He's going to be buried behind even better prospect level talent. So, like, I don't have the appeal. He's like in the 40s percentile for me, which I'm not touching anywhere with the first round pick.
There's been a lot of hype on him. I don't see it either. I'm not with you on Tate, but I'm with you on Boston.
I can live with that.
I mean, usually, like, man, usually it's still a little more exciting approaching a rookie draft, but this really takes a nosedive after the first few picks, it seems.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. So a lot of running backs that were like decent just didn't work out this year. Darius Taylor came back. I was hoping for him. LJ Martin, I was like, okay, well, it seemed like dude walked on senior day as a 3rd-year player. I was like, okay, that means he's going pro. He's not the best, but I kind of like LJ Martin as RB2. Now he's come back, found out later. So it kind of leaves me with Nick Singleton, Jonah Coleman, Jaden Ott type players at RB2. And out of that group, yes, Singleton, even though he just broke his foot apparently. So
really?
It's rough. I think I would just bank on Singleton's. I know he's athletic. Maybe he figures it out more as he gets into the pros, but like, does that excite you if I say you're RB2, hopefully he's figuring it out when he gets into the pros? Like, good luck.
I think we're all just looking at all these guys like they're second-round rookie draft picks. And
yeah, I wouldn't touch another.
Move them into the first. Outside of an early second draft capital kind of thing, which I don't see any of them getting. It's wild. This is the year for the free agent running back, not for the rookie running backs.
Go trade a late first for Travis Etienne. Give a package for Breece Hall, whoever it is. Like, yeah, go for the free agents.
Yeah.
Interesting. Trade your first.
Yeah, Hall, Walker. I mean, there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's options out there. And whether even if they end up, well, shit, not Breece. Even if they end up back on their team, they're still solid bets. Anybody with the Jets.
I mean, You got an RB3 probably at minimum, so I can live with that for a late first.
So no QBs, no running backs. How are we looking in the tight end department?
Now that one actually has surprised me. I know a lot of people's tight end one, it seemed like, until I made my little post, was Kenyon Sadiq, Oregon tight end. Super electric playmaker. I want to say it's more because of the scheme. He didn't fully break out this year, but again, there is that question in the back of my head. Why did he not do more? I know he's probably going to go mid-first, right around that 106 to 108 range a lot. Kind of like waiting and going for Vanderbilt's tight end, Eli Stowers.
Kenyon
I don't know much
Sadiq.
about him, even as a SEC and Georgia fan. I don't really know much about him.
Originally, came out, didn't seem like he was going to be much of anything. Didn't play a lot early in his career. Like first 2 years, 2 games. That's it. But year 3 and onward, oh my goodness, this dude has just shown up. Every marker I look for in a tight end, he absolutely just destroyed it, besides total points per game. Justin Jolie also went right above Sadiq. So a lot of these people who's like, hey, I need a tight end, or I'm in tight end premium, or like my buddy who wants to start 2 tight ends each week because that's how he wants to play his dynasty leagues. I could see Eli Stowers, Justin Jolie, and Kenyon Sadiq all being worth something.
Yeah.
Again, I would be very much looking at Stowers by the end of the first, early second, if I need a tight end for help.
The late round this year is the second round, so it's just dart throws.
We were talking about it last week. I'm going to be taking 1 million shots on running back in the second round and just praying.
Look at the landing spot.
What about Concepcion? He's
my receiver 4. I think there's more to him. I don't think Marcel Reed is a perfect quarterback at Texas A&M by any means.
Right.
But the team showed initially, hey, like this dude actually can do more than just catch a jump off in the backfield and pretend to be a very small running back. Third-year guy, showed out pretty well. He's technically, his score is higher than Carnell Tate. Now, obviously, again, I'm giving Tate his credits. I would still put him ahead right now, but if I missed out on Tate at 104 and I get Concepcion at 107, 108, cool.
So this class sucks. We're pretty much all on board with that. I asked this early. I brought it up to Larry, and look, I guess we can touch on it now. So we're all, a lot of us like to play Devy. We want to get into this. We want to get into guys early. So do you have any guys that are players left of the NFL or has entered the transfer portal? Now the depth chart, they move up the depth chart. They get opportunity in 2026. Any highly recruited guys that you're looking at that you're like, you know what? They've snuck through the Devy draft so far, or you're in a shallow Devy league and you want to look at these guys now?
I can go back to my calling card. Notre Dame running back, I guess it's one of the first videos I put out under Approaching the Pros. Kid's name's Aeneas Williams. Phenomenal high school profile. Dude averaged almost as many receiving yards as he did rushing yards every game, which in high school is just unheard of. Came out, ended up proving he was RB3 as a freshman. Of course, everybody's at Notre Dame trying to get Jeremiah Love the Heisman opportunity this year, so he kind of got put on the back burner. TJ Carr is not running the ball. I don't know if anyone has watched Notre Dame's quarterback. He can throw, but he is not going to take off and run. So, Aeneas Williams is primed to be RB1. We know Notre Dame running backs like to put up good stats. He's a talented pass catcher. For Devy purposes, he's probably already available. You don't have to even spend up on him this year because he didn't do anything in year 2. So people have already kind of forgot about him. And so, he's a guy you could grab. You don't believe in the profile? That's fine. Wait till he puts up a bunch of stats because you don't got to keep your Devy players. Trade them. Find the guy who gets hyped up on him. Off he goes. I'm just going to say, he's the number one guy. Based off of that question, that's exactly where my mind goes to.
Yeah, running back's the easiest to predict just because opportunity means so much. But I don't want to even think about tight ends just because
Devy, that's smart.
You could be the number one recruit coming out of high school and do nothing in college at tight end. Scheme, how deep is the wide receiver room? What's the quarterback like? There's too many variables for that. Any good wide receivers that we need to be looking at that are going to come in, maybe second or third year guys that have been stuck behind, deep depth charts.
So you already know the guys like Jeremiah Smith, Ryan Williams, which grief, I don't know what happened this year. Let's hope he rebounds. So if we go up there, Lassier Brooks, Alabama receiver, played a little bit as a freshman. I was telling people before the season, there's a chance he's going to ascend up to receiver 2 level by the end of the year. Sure enough, toward the end of the year, he was basically the guy after Jeremy Bernard, not Ryan Williams. So, he could continue to ascend. He's a little bit smaller of a receiver, but I would recommend at least looking into it. He's definitely going to go. Texas A&M, I think, has another receiver, Mario Craver, who, hey, came from somewhere I know, Mississippi State. There's a chance, like, he's got some electric athleticism. So, like, even if you hold at least a combine level, you're going to hold value and flip him then if you need to. Y'all heard of Nick Marsh yet? So he's eligible this year, 2027. Sort of, again, replacing Indiana's receivers. So you don't got to worry about Umar Cooper. You don't got to worry about Elijah Schrott. He's going to be pretty much the guy, along with Charlie Becker, who I can mention as another kind of late round type guy. Definitely nobody took him. C2C wasn't even aware of this kid until he started showing up this year, basically. It felt like Florida's got a couple of receivers we can look into. I don't know if anybody was really taking Vernell Brown III back then last year. Texas Tech, they ended up getting Auburn's receiver, Malcolm Simmons. The only downside is Simmons does have some off-field issues. Hopefully that's been resolved. It seemed like he was cleared of whatever was going on. If everything's clear on that part, I would look into him. I think he has potential to keep rising, especially Texas Tech trying to continue to do what they do and spend their money and go ahead. Let's go get some playoff wins is what their hope is. Plus, you can't get much worse than Baron Morton was last year. So, like, hopefully Brandon Sorsby will continue to elevate his game and provide something for them.
What about Dante Moore?
Not a big fan of him either, and I had to hold myself back and be more like formal how I was saying things because I was getting told very, very loudly how my opinion of Dante Moore was incorrect. Yeah, hey, you remember everything I said about Mendoza? What was the ceiling? What is the ceiling with Dante Moore? Like, he's not even Bo Nix, who's going to at least offer some rushing right here. He made the right choice coming back. Nothing against the Jets, even though I know the Jets have not had a lot of luck with that.
I'm glad he went back. I was relieved when he went back. I wasn't upset at all. It was just relief because just didn't feel right.
Right now, even if he was to get like second overall draft capital, I was putting him in a really scary range of guys. I mean, we're talking about 40 percentile. So, like, the closest hit around him was Daniel Jones. Tyler Shook, like, just not inspiring names at all when it came to what his prospects was. Like, the question is, like, was he only as good as he was because of how Oregon sets up their scheme? Or can he actually elevate more? Like, even Will Levis had a higher score than him, and I didn't like Will Levis back then. Brock Purdy. Actually, I think Brock Purdy is a great example. They are almost identical in stats. So, Brock Purdy, does anyone actually give this kid credit for what he is as a pro? Or do they just go, he's in the 49ers scheme. He can do this because he's got just this much talent around him. You're asking for basically a perfect system. And are the Jets set up for a perfect system quarterback yet? That would have been the question.
What's like your Devy ranks on quarterbacks right now?
Yeah, and how many of them are 27 eligible? That's the curious thing for me because I know there's a bunch of names that are 27 eligible that could make this class.
Do you have a 2028 QB?
Oh yeah, I'm about to say I can go
by now.
I can go to 29 right now. Like, if you need me to.
That's at the top. Like,
I got one in the top 5.
You got one. I'd love to hear that.
Well, let's hear. Yeah.
All right. So
top 5.
Which one you want first? The 29 guy?
Do you want to start from the 5th or start from the 1st? Let's just give us your top. Who's number 1?
We want a fantasy quarterback who knows how to run the ball, who knows how to get the ball around, who is going to be developed by the time he gets to the pros. Texas, Arch Manning. It makes sense. Everybody put way too high expectations on him. I was like, we might need to ease up just a hair, but I kind of got sucked in with everybody else. Start of season, everybody knows, oh my gosh, is he messed up? Is he broken? Like, is he fighting through an injury? Look at the grimace face he's making when he throws the passes. Rest of the season kind of develops. Looks good. He has some more starts under his belt. Offensive line, hopefully, goodness gracious, is better than what it was last year because that was rough to watch. And then let's go ahead and let's throw in possibly a top 3 receiver in 2027, Cam Coleman. Most people put him right there by Jeremiah Smith, talent-wise.
Oh, yeah.
And you add in Ryan Wingo still. You add in Emmett Mosley, who are 2 other 2027 eligible receivers. Like, there is a stable cast around him. They went out and they bought. Yeah, that's the right word nowadays. They bought two running backs, Raleek Brown and Hollywood Smothers coming in. So, like, hey, Archie, don't got to panic and run every single play. Like, these guys can catch the ball. They can run. We're okay. He is back to quarterback 1 at this point for Devy purposes. I'm still a
Yeah.
Sam Levitt fan.
Oh, yeah?
So he's going to be right there at 2. Again, offers the rushing, had a bad year. I know he played through an injury toward the end of the season and shut it down. Again, LSU, they got Kiffin. They said, hey, how much money do you want to spend this year? Oh, okay, cool. Here you go. Here, just throw the bag at you. Here's our tight end, Trey'Dez Green, who's like 6'7", 6'6". He's a great tight end already. Let's go ahead and let's add in Kansas State's underrated receiver, Jace Brown. This Florida receiver, Eugene Wilson, has some talent. Let's see if you can put him to use. Let's get this Ole Miss receiver, Winston Watkins. Let's bring him over because he was showing out as a true freshman with like 500 receiving yards already, which is impressive as a receiver and as a freshman year. Yeah, let's just put it all together. And Levitt, if you're healthy, we'll put you behind a decent line and let you go. I don't mind the running backs either. So like, I'm going to be an outlier. I will keep Sam Levitt too, but you can probably buy him for like quarterback 10 price.
Yeah.
Like, it'll be low. Next 2 are going to be some 2028 guys, Bryce Underwood and Keelan Russell. You can flip them however you want to. Michigan has taken care of that old coaching situation, and they brought in Utah's Whittingham over. They've made more of an effort to focus on this offense and help Underwood. He's flashed a lot, kind of like DJ Lagway did a little bit early on, but I think Underwood's a more put-together quarterback that's currently, last I checked, not dealing with injury, so like should actually get to develop this year during the offseason, which Lagway didn't, and Napier did him no service. Yeah, I'll say Sellers, I'd go ahead and put him at 6, but was it really the best move going back to South Carolina? That's where I'm like, I don't mind dropping him lower. Like, if you're gonna stay, but like, why stay there? Go to the portal and move to Miami, move somewhere else.
Somewhere that develop quarterbacks.
Something, support quarterbacks even. Yeah, so Russell, you're going to have certain groups who say Austin Mack's the quarterback starting for Alabama this year. I don't buy it. I think Russell's offering way more potential.
He's 18 right now.
Yeah, he rose quickly, kind of like my 2029 guy did. Had a very solid junior year, but like was flashing a lot, and then senior year just blew up, skyrocket up near the top of the services, and pretty much the next guy I talked about did the exact same thing. But I had one league I could draft a high school player in, and I took him in round 30. I was like, this is great. Now he's quarterback 1 in the services. Round out the top 5. Go ahead and get to know the name. Houston quarterback Keyshawn Henderson. One of my highest scores coming out of high school ever. And a lot of my system focuses, I use like the recruiting services like as a film grade. And then I go in, I look at all their stats or metrics, do some number crunching, basically a couple formulas, and just, hey, my biggest thing is, and Justin, you kind of said this earlier about early breakout, right? Studs produce, regardless of where they're at in their life. The studs are going to be the best men on the field. It's going to be early in college. It should also be while they're still in high school. Like, I hate the downside is some of these services focus so much on just, oh, he's an athlete. He will get time to develop in the college level. Is that really true anymore? Like, how many freshmen have 3 years to develop and then become the stud and pan out then in the NFL?
That's fair.
Like, you got to hit the ground running.
Yeah, not everyone gets the Arch Manning treatment, but
No.
a lot of that came from the name. So even though he was sitting, he didn't lose that luster.
Keisean, I'm looking at his Keisean Henderson.
That's it. And again, I got him like at QB 12 prices last year in a high school draft, and now he's QB 1 for his class.
High school
that's how far down the rabbit hole I've gone. I have to draft a high school seniors. I get 3 in this league every year.
Larry, he likes the young ones more than you do, buddy.
I know, man. This guy. So, there's a lot of jokes I can make right now.
You got to be careful on these jokes.
Larry's always loved the young boys. So
hey,
so constantly rebuilding is what I hear in Dynasty.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Don't do that.
Absolutely nailed it.
No,
a perpetual state of rebuild.
Hey,
that's Larry.
It's a new year. Trade the picks. Go get the vets. Go compete. Go win that money.
That's not what
I
you want.
cannot believe how many leagues. I think I had 3 leagues fold this year, so I'm down to 7. 2 of them, two of them were Devy. Had a Devy component.
Yeah, you lost. You lost one today, huh?
Yeah,
Oh,
one today.
no.
Yeah. So we just banged out some QBs. Let's do some RBs right now. I mean,
Yeah. I'll say I don't mind talking about some RBs because next couple classes, again, nobody like super deep, but a lot more promising. So
next year, in
I'm sure.
particular, too, I think there's a nice crop, right? Expected.
Yeah. Which ones you like right now?
Ahmad Hardy.
Okay.
What do you
Only
think of that?
downside is basically he's going to have the Kenneth Walker treatment. Can the dude catch the ball? Obviously, has no problem running. Pretty explosive. Does what he's supposed to. Great at making guys miss. I think he has 12 catches in 2 years of college at this point. So, like, can he catch the ball? Is he going to be effective? Is he a full 3-down guy? I'm not stressing it. Again, if he's treated like Kenneth Walker, we know that's a first-round pick next year. Isaac Brown, a little bit more smaller running back as long as he's healthy from Louisville. Like, again, he's going to show out. He can do it all. It's just, what is his weight? As long as it comes in, to me personally, 195, 199, like, he won't be Jahmyr Gibbs, but he could hold a role similar to that.
Mm-hmm.
Just a lighter version. Well, Jahmyr Gibbs light, basically.
Well, staying in our state, that even though it's not the school you want to talk about, what about Lacey from Ole Miss? As a Georgia fan, he torched us in the playoffs, and it was hard to watch. I mean, he just looked like he was the real deal there.
And
the whole season, but he had a really good season.
And honestly, I think that injury toward the end kind of cost him being as high as he would be in my system right now. I mean, as of today, Trinidad Chambliss is coming back. He's not the most likely dude to check the ball down to Lacey, but I think the dude has everything you need. So again, like, if you miss on Ahmad Hardy, Lacey could be, again, just another Kenneth Walker. Is he going to be a big receiver? But he'll be usable. So at nothing minimum, like, you're getting a safe RB2 next year for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Put him top 5, no problem.
Bo Jackson,
RB1. I'll say Ohio State's going to use him this year. I know some people in the C2C community love Isaiah West as RB2. I don't think they're going to rely on him as a big RB2. I think we're going to see Bo Jackson's breakout fully.
See your RB1?
Yeah. Just by a hair, but he is my RB1 in my process right now.
If you were drafting doing a Devy draft right now, who would be your top couple picks? Bo Jackson. Would he be in the top 5? Would he be in your top 5?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, Jeremiah
honestly,
Smith
man,
obviously
with the way Devy works, you have just as likely a chance hitting on a 3rd-round quarterback as you do a 1st. So my personal preference, especially if I'm trying to do the rebuild and I have unlimited amount of picks I can make when it comes to Devy players, trade back. Go ahead and get 3rd, 4th, 5th. Get the extra dart throws. Spend the 1st, the 2nd on these running backs, these receivers you really like. F the tight ends. Then 3rd, 4th, 5th, take the quarterback. Whatever quarterback falls. If it's Sam Levin in the 3rd, take it.
Yeah.
You got just as high a chance of hitting on him as you do somebody in the 1st or 2nd.
So I ended up with Jaden Daniels. I got a Devy auction league for like it was like $5, like super cheap.
Yeah,
like, don't spend up on most of these quarterbacks because they're going to burn you. So
JJ McCarthy also. I know JJ McCarthy didn't pan out, but I got him for nothing too. And I got an offer for Drake May for JJ McCarthy that I turned down. This was 2 years. This was like a couple years ago.
So
one more name.
That league folded. That was the kitchen sink league.
So you're fine with it. You're like, yeah, whatever. One more name out of the running back field. What do you think about Nate Frazier? I'm a Georgia fan, so Wow.
I was telling another Georgia fan.
Well, it's nice talking to you guys.
Thanks for listening.
He's never shown at any level of his career he's a good receiver. So, like, again, the same questions I had about Ahmad Hardy, you can basically ask about Nate Frazier. Now, he has caught a little bit more, but look it up. Like, he's averaging really low stats per catch. So he's probably getting some major dump off behind line of scrimmage. And is he doing anything? As a Georgia fan, how many times have you yelled at the TV when he drops that ball? He's not explosive. He sucks at making people miss, and he drops the ball.
See, now I have to disagree with you on that. As a runner, he's explosive. As a runner, he's like he was breaking off 15, 20-yard runs regularly.
But how often? That's the question.
Not with the ball in his hands because he dropped it.
Oof. Yeah. Again.
And I don't know how many he dropped. I just know that Georgia doesn't use the running back in the pass game. They've had a ton of running backs, and they don't pass the running back. That's not part of the scheme. So, just like a lot of these other guys, like, is it a scheme thing? Is it because the running back isn't able to do so? That kind of thing. Because we've seen backs from programs like that enter the league and then are able to create, develop a passing profile. Even Kenneth Walker, who catches 30, 40, 50 balls a year now, which is
did not do that.
Yeah, right. No one saw that coming. And that's one of those things, like, that's just because of the scheme. Like, they just didn't throw to the running back in Michigan State. So
well, that's good to know about Georgia.
Frazier. So, and I think there's a lot of mixed reviews on him. Like, there's some people that don't have him in the top 6 or 7 running backs next year. There's some people that have him as the number 1 running back. So I was just curious what you thought.
Yeah. And just to go back real quick, like, when I say, like, he doesn't have high run rates, my top tier for second-year running backs, 10-yard plus runs is 15%. He's at 12.4, which, again, it's a little lower. It's actually 2 tiers lower because there is like a 13, 14 range. But it's the big breakaway runs. So, like, you talking about 15, 20-plus yards, 8+%. Like, that's the goal that I want to see guys hit. He's at 5.5. Like, just – and I can't explain perfectly, but, like, that is the worst tier possible right now. He's not even hitting 6. 6 is, like, my bare minimum threshold.
That's fair.
And so it worries me. Like, is Georgia willing to trust him, or are they going to throw Chauncey Bowens back in there next year? That kind of stuff.
Oh, well, they're never going to bell cow. I don't know if you remember even the Chubb days with Michelle and all that. They just don't run bell cow running backs in this system at all.
Yeah.
I mean, they've had guys come through and they're still only going to give them 50% of the snaps. So he's bound to miss a lot of time.
I was telling my friend, I was like, Kirby's a great coach, but tell me his favorite, the best running back he's gotten. If it's James Cook, that's good, but after that, it's a complete cliff. Like, I just haven't been impressed yet. So we'll have to see if that turns around.
Right.
Any deep running backs that are going to?
Most people are going to probably already know Nate Shepard, Duke's running back this year, had a phenomenal year 1. Let's say if you hadn't heard of him, that's okay. Duke's not the most popular spot out of Darian Mensah, so he's definitely, like I said Bo Jackson was barely my RB1. Shepard's grading out as my RB2, which is insane to know that he's supposedly already jumped Hardy and Brown. And you can always go ahead and get Jacoby Williams, who is the more explosive all-around do-it threats at Texas Tech. Gideon Davidson didn't do a whole lot behind Adam Randall in his first year at Clemson. He probably was already taken if you're in a Davy League, so I won't call him a deep shot by any means.
Who?
Gideon Davidson.
Oh, Gideon Davidson.
Didn't do a lot this year, but definitely a name I would have circled. For the younger dudes is kind of what I'm thinking of. I'm just going to go ahead and throw my other deep shot in there. Hayden Knighton. He's Baylor's running back. Baylor went ahead and moved on from their older dudes, besides Pendergrass, who's supposed to be coming back from major injury. Knighton I had identified out of high school. Hey, again, kind of like Aeneas Williams, all-around profile. It looks great. He showed some potential this year. And I don't think a lot of people are talking about Baylor. So, like, you might can get him late, too.
So how do you hear about this guy in high school? How does that work?
I start scrolling through 24/7's composites.
Like the dark web?
And no, not quite. I go through the top 100 guaranteed at whatever they got, and then I was just plugging in numbers, and then
drill down on them a little bit.
Campus Canton, I got a couple dudes in there, if they go, hey, this dude had a great athletic profile, or his stats are 2,000 rushing yards this year, I'm like, noted. Let me just type this in real quick, and he just kept climbing. And so,
wow,
again, as I was saying, production beats all. Production is king. So, like, if I'm finding these dudes, I just kind of bookmark them and go ahead and make sure I got this guy ready to roll.
Should we hit on the wide receivers, and then we can wrap it up? What do you think? Nice looking batch of receivers.
Next year has a phenomenal group of receivers coming out. Most of those guys have been talked about. Everybody knows about Malachi Tony already, so I don't think I've got to rehash any of those dudes. I realized somebody I didn't throw out earlier. Again, since I mentioned Houston, they're bringing back Connor Weigman, so I don't expect my quarterback to play this year, but they're also bringing back a receiver, Mari Thomas, phenomenal looking player. Almost put up 1,000 yards. Again, that's okay. Didn't do perfect, but Amari Cooper rose late like he did. Amari Thomas is already well above what that potential is, and so he's a dude I'd be keeping an eye on. Already called out Charlie Becker. Griffin Wild, if you need another late name, he's going to put up stats. It's just, do you feel good taking a Northwest receiver? Like, nobody's going to want to take that. So, like, if you got that, you said that super deep lead, like, you got 12 Devy guys right now, and then maybe another 6 later, like, that 18th pick, if you can roster him, all right, I'll throw him on here. He's productive. Like, he should do something. That kind of potential is right there. USC, this one is worth taking early. Tanook Hines. I'll say he had a phenomenal bowl game, but even before then, he was tracking very well. So I've got to give props to USC possibly having their next guy up. So it's amazing to see that they've already possibly got another guy who we'll see where he ends up, but could be another along the legacy of Amon Ra and Makai Lemon and all of them before him.
What was this guy's name?
Tanook Hines, Tanook, and then Hines like Hines Ward.
Justin, I'm all over this guy.
Down.
He's a wide receiver?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can pull it real quick. Had 570 receiving yards across 13 games. He only got a couple touchdowns out of it, but again, was well on his way if he continues to develop into a receiver one, like of climbing even higher next year, and kind of basically following the Nick Marsh to Cam Coleman, Jordan Tyson, like those kind of climbers up the ranks pretty quickly. Especially, Jacoby Lane, who I also don't care for, is now out of here along with Lemon. Like, I can't tell you anybody else is worth the dang over there.
Huh. So this 27 draft is looking really, there's just like a handful of each position, it seems.
Yep.
Well, it's a lot deeper, that's for sure.
So, is Jeremiah Smith is the 101 next year, you think? Or is it going to be Arch Manning?
It'll be whichever QB comes out
at
101 in the draft, probably.
Guess you got to
But Jeremiah Smith is going to be right there with him. So
nice year to have the 101, 102. Actually, any pick, because these wide receivers. TJ Morris, you like him?
I like him. I kind of like Bryant Wesco more. And I mentioned that last year. The only reason I didn't bring him up is I need to see that if he's healthy. He had a little bit of an injury scare with his neck, but not nearly as bad as Justin Ross. But again, just something to kind of watch. But if he's cleared, man, I would be putting him right there at the top 3 receivers. Him, Cam Coleman, and Jeremiah Smith, and then Ryan Williams again. Even with a bad year, like he should probably be top 5 type dude. TJ Moore up there, Nick Marsh, like what was that, 6 receivers right there? Like next year's looking great when it comes to receivers.
What are your thoughts on Evan Stewart, the old A&M guy who went to Oregon?
2 years ago.
Yeah, what happened to him?
So right when he went to Oregon, I guess it was 2 years. I don't know. Anyway, I didn't care for him at that point in time, and I was like, hey, over here, this dude, you said you're rebuilding a C2C. Let me trade you Evan Stewart, and I'll give you my 3rd round college draft pick. Let me get JSN back. And throw me in an 8th college pick or something. I was out 2 years ago on Evan Stewart. If I had to rank him, might as well just look at the end of the list. He's going to be somewhere down there for me.
Yeah, he was such a highly touted guy, and he hadn't hit, and of course he missed all of last year.
Yep, for Teller or something.
Yep.
Jump into 2028 real quick. You mentioned Malachi Tony before. Is he your wide receiver 1 over who would be your wide receiver 2?
Him and DeCorian Moore would be up there. DeCorian Moore, just more traditional size level type dude.
Right.
Tony's more of like a Waddle build, but explosive as all get out. If you didn't watch anything else from Miami this year, go back and watch the Tony highlights. Like, he does it all 3 levels. There's no problem there. After that, it is a little bit more open to interpretation. I think one of the Florida receivers could be next up if it's not Latsier Brooks for Alabama. I already mentioned Tuna Kynes. He would be in that 2028 class. Michigan might finally have another receiver worth taking. Okay. So Andrew Marsh, he's a safe guy in what he does. Justin, hey, I will give you some flowers here. Georgia's Taylor, if he's back healthy, I think is a phenomenal 2028 receiver. So year 2, really expecting him to help take off for that offense since Stockton has another year under his system. Just please don't fall and hurt yourself in the Alabama game. That broke my heart.
He's stuck with Gunnar Stockton, so whatever.
Yeah, but one can hope for growth. That's all I can say.
I'm not a big Stockton guy. I haven't seen anything from him that makes me think that he's worth putting under center and letting him throw the ball 30 times. Yeah,
I feel that, but he does offer some rushing. So, when I mentioned that very late round, if you want to throw a dart at a quarterback, Georgia quarterback's not the worst.
I don't know. I think he's a 6th round NFL guy at best when it's that time. I don't know. Like, I can see that. I don't think he'll carry any draft stock in the NFL because he can't throw for shit. He'll hit some crazy throws, and then three throws in a row after that will look like ass.
I'll take your word on that. I didn't watch a ton of him this year.
So who do you root for, man? Do you have like a team?
So college, again, Mississippi State. They gave me the scholarships. I was able to go to university over there for free, debt free, which is a major blessing in life. So got some personal rooting interest for them. Plus, they're near my hometown. And outside of that, like, I don't want to say it because he's going to cut me off in a second. So, Justin, if I get cut off, it was good meeting you. We'll chat later. Patriots fan, but
you're a Patriots fan.
My team was the Patriots only because the school I was going to as a kindergartner was the Patriots.
Wow.
And so 4-year-old me made a very wise connection.
Very cool.
That does not bother me one bit because you're not a Saints fan. It's good.
No.
We're good.
Not a Saints fan. I'm not a Brett Favre Packers fan from the area.
I got one of those.
Back to the Cowboys. Like, none of those.
I'd say, and I've made this joke on this podcast before, I'd say if he hears this, then he might get mad, but he's deaf, so he's not going to hear it.
All right. Anything else for this guy, Justin?
Man, I think that's about it.
Doing for the NFL draft.
Just going to hang out at home, watch it, let the little one play around in her kitchen set or send her to bed at a decent time if she wants to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Again, Patriots pick it near the end of the first round again. So, I don't got to rush up here. I'll get my night over early like Larry, like you do with the Jets.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
At least he has a night because the Falcons traded their number 1 pick for a felon.
Right.
You could be worse. You could be good in that situation.
Oh, is that the guy they traded?
Who they traded their 26th first for is James Pierce, who is about to spend some time behind bars.
Yeah.
And on 5 years.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Larry's getting at. We always pitch this to people. We do a live show on round 1 of the draft, so we'll be rocking and rolling that day.
Well, if I shoot me the link, then I can jump in and we can chat.
People come and go. That's how it is.
Yeah, man. If you want to pop in for a pick or two, we'll stay in touch for sure.
Most definitely. I appreciate the invite, guys. Check me out on Twitter @_Devy Scouts. I'll be posting some stuff. Might be working with a group to try and get my full database onto a website, hopefully sometime soon.
Nice.
So try and get that out there, just get more eyes, because the more informed you are, the better decisions you make.
All right.
Well, unless you're a Jets fan.
Nah. Or, yeah, Jets ownership. Hey, well, you know what? I'll drop it. We got a little Johnny Lobb coming on next week for his annual appearance. So we will see you next week. Thanks for listening to the Dynasty Hot Sauce Pod.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Larry Monkey and Justin Rogers talking Dynasty football, baby. Come get